So today is a new day, just like any other day, but you know, it's like every day has something new to offer to it, and you have something new to offer to that day. And I guess I didn't always really used to think of that. I always thought that the universe just gives to me, and I just didn't really think unless I was doing something big. Like here, I have oh crap, I have a mutant hand. Ignore the mutant white hand, but I'm sorry about the card, but I wanted to say this because it's important. So every day has something new to offer. And I didn't think about this when I was a kid. I used to think, I just wake up and expect things to happen to me. And I didn't really think that I had to offer anything to the world unless I got to be famous or unless I made a big contribution or donated to something or made a big world-known impact, like Jane Goodall or something like that. I didn't think that just the simple things in life still offer to the universe. It's hard to explain it, but it's basically, it's like you wake up and you go to work and you're just there to work. I mean, you're getting something from that. You're getting a paycheck, and that's what the world is offering you. But in turn, you're speaking to several people throughout the day. I mean, in the restaurant industry anyway, you get to talk to the customers one-on-one, and it's kind of your choice. You have a little bit of freedom. You have wiggle room to, express yourself in your own way, naturally. And I mean, you can either just say the script, "Hi, what can I get for you? How may I help you?" And if you have a little extra time while they're paying with cash or just putting in their credit card, you can just throw in a little extra something special, maybe compliment their clothes or ask them how life's been treating them. Not just the ordinary, "How are you doing?" Something unique. And then they'll get a glimpse at your personality and you get a glimpse at theirs. And you may never see each other again after that. Sorry, I'm not twerking. I'm sorry. But you may never see each other again after that, but they may never forget you. Or you may never forget them, but you are putting something into the world. And I wanted to start off with a little example. I mean, not everyone, follows this. Not everyone believes in God, and that's totally cool. Really, you should live your life the way that works for you, as long as you're not hurting other people in doing so. But I was just kind of bored one day, and it was slow, and I thought to myself, everyone always says God's got a plan for us, and it's all written from the beginning of time, and everything we're going through right now, He already saw it coming. But wouldn't it be interesting to think about if, maybe He just ad-libs? He just makes it up as He goes along. And then that would be kind of funny to think about. And I didn't really get much further into that, but I never thought of something like that before, so it was playing over and over in my head. Well, the next person who walked in, I'd seen her a few times. She was a DoorDash driver, and so I felt like I kind of had the okay to just ask her something personal. And she was waiting for the food to come out, and I said, "Can I ask you something? Do you believe in God?" And I started off with the whole, how the whole universe is written by God and all our life plans are held together by Him, and nothing happens without God's permission. And as I said, I didn't even get to the punchline. She just started crying, and she said I really needed to hear that. And she shared a little bit about her life right now and what she was going through. And in some ways it was really similar to my situation, and I was able to help confide in her, or have her confide in me, and I gave her a hug, and I assured her everything was going to be okay. And she, the next time she came in, she was so much happier. You could see it. She was so much more sprightly. And she gave me an update, and she told me that she, I don't know how to, say it without getting into personal details, but she said that things worked out and things were better. And it was just really, I didn't think that it was going to impact anyone's life. I just thought it was just going to be a fun little thing to say to kill the time. But letting her know that everything is written and everything is okay and everything is going the way that it should, the way that God wants it to, that your life, is in good hands. it really got to her, and it just made me feel so good knowing that I did that. I wasn't trying to, and it's not always those obvious things. Sometimes someone can just be having like, I'm tweaking over here, someone can just be having like a really crappy day, and you don't even know it, and then you just like, make a little joke or say something random, and they'll be thinking about that all day, and they won't tell you that, but they will. Some things can change people's entire lives, and some things can just change their day. But every day adds up to your entire life. So you really are, doing a lot more in the world than you think. And it's just really crazy to think about, because I used to really have this epiphany, like, oh, I haven't found my purpose yet. I have to go through school. I have to find my calling. Everyone has to do something. All my life I went through this crisis of, in middle school it was, who am I? What's one word that can define me? Am I a metalhead? Am I a hippie? Am I into anime? What am I? I can't just be all these things. Someone has to sum me up in like one word. And I couldn't provide that. And that really bothered me for a while, until I came to the conclusion that I am all of these things, and I don't need a bunch of words to define me. And it went from that to, I just kind of resorted back to the whole like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. That was a little bit theatrical, and I apologize for that. But it went back to, like, what is my purpose? I don't have a job yet. I don't have a major. I have no idea what I want to do. I have a few interests. I have a few things that I want to do in life. And it just felt like I was failing. I'm as young as I am. I still feel like I only have so much time on this earth. I want to make as big of a difference as possible. And I feel like God is not seeing that, and the universe isn't seeing that, and I'm failing my purpose. One night, I thought, this is my purpose, just being here every day, no matter what I do. Whether I'm in front of the camera, whether I'm just eating, everything I do adds up in life. Everything. Not everyone has to do something big. So many people die without anything special on their headstones, and they just filled out their purpose. It's the little things. It's the few people that you do meet that really, that you are impacting. Everyone matters. Everyone's important, not just the people on the TV, not just the starving kids in Africa, not just the, starving animals, not just the, like, veterans, everybody. And I'm not saying those people don't matter either. They totally matter. It's a huge deal. No one should suffer. But it's everybody. We all matter. Even if the world doesn't see it, we're making a difference. We're put here for a reason. What? I don't care what you believe in. You can say it's God. You can say it's the universe. You can say God's a woman. God's a guy. You can say it's the aliens. You can say whatever you want, man. But I'm telling you, whatever it is you believe in, I really hope that at some point in your life you come to realize that we're all here. We weren't put here for no reason, or maybe we were, but just have fun with it and do your best in life, and just try to make life a very positive thing for other people. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to have bad days. You might lash out at people. You might have crash outs. You might ruin people's days sometimes. No one's perfect. Just don't try to do that, Don't try to be like a bully or ruin people's lives, because then that just kind of makes you a crappy person. But the important thing is just do your best and treat others the way you want to be treated. I mean, these are really just basic rules, but sometimes we forget them. I guess, this may not be the most philosophical thing I've ever come up with, but it's definitely a big reoccurring theme. And, yeah. But I just hope that, you remember that or something. I don't know. But just remember this, because it's important. It's important to know. And, life's gonna hit you with those moments where you really just feel like you're failing. Maybe you're failing everyone else. Maybe you're failing yourself, but you're not. As long as you're trying your best, don't let yourself fail. That's the biggest thing you can fail, is yourself. And sometimes it's just hard. We get distracted, we get depressed, we have days where we don't want to get up or move or do anything. Sometimes you need those days. Don't let yourself think you're lazy because you took a rest day. But if you do it too much, then you gotta motivate yourself. You'll find that there's a hard line of balance between pretty much everything in the world. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for now. But I have a whisker on my face, so I need to trim that bad boy. So have fun and don't commit crimes.